Hello art pouring lovers, welcome again to another session of Ebby's Art Pours. Today we're actually not going to do so much of a pour as what's called a swipe, and I'm going to tell you what I used. First of all, I am in love with the Sargent's Liquid Middle Acrylic paints. I have these in a multitude of colors, and I'm afraid I might use them a little bit too much as they are heavy paints. Also, I want to show you what I got at Home Depot. Woohoo! A gallon of Flood Floetrol for $14. I'm so happy. Okay. So what I've done is mixed up a bunch of these metallic paints, and I've also added one new to my arsenal, and this is the Folk Art Limited Quantity Color Shift Black. So fun. It's black with gold already added, so you know, I like my glitzy colors. I'm going to turn up this light a little bit so you can see what we're doing a little bit better. I hope that's good for you all. I want some feedback on this, please. I'm going to put this more to the center, trying not to tip over my cups. I've already mixed up a lovely Sax Magenta, a lovely Sax True Flow Heavy Bodied Acrylic Ultramarine Blue, Sargent's Purple Metallic, a beautiful Sargent's Gold, and I'm going to show you this one, mixing on this one, and the Black Flash. Okay, all of the paints except for the Black Flash have silicone and dimethicone added. So now I'm going to show you mixing up one of the paints. This is a Deco Art Metallic Splendid Gold. You'll soon notice that I am partial to my metallic paints, but you have to be careful because part of this technique is wanting to get cells, and metallic paints are, by the very virtue of what they are, heavy. So you have to make sure you use heavy and light paints both. So we're going to put that over to the side. We're going to grab our big gallon of Floetrol. I'm just going to show you one of these. Shake it really well. And then, excuse me, Alexa, lower volume. Sorry, I want you to be able to hear me. Alexa, lower volume. Okay, I'm going to mix this 50-50 with my heavy metal gold. Then I'm going to show you, you have to stir it really well. I have a bunch of popsicle and other sticks. I will admit to being a little bit of a Starbucks kleptomaniac when it comes to stirring sticks. I figure if I pay that much for a cup of coffee and the coffee's that good, I can take a few stirring sticks with me. So here you are. So that's my admission to you for today. So at least 50-50 with the Floetrol. I add a splash of pure water. Here in Benicia, California, we have some of the purest water on the planet, so lucky for us. No reverse osmosis necessary for me. I know a lot of you out there suffer from water that needs reverse osmosis, especially those you live on a river or floodplain. I don't, so I'm good. Then we're going to take a dollop of Spot On Treadmill Belt Lubricant. And I have quite a bit of paint in here. I have almost 10 ounces, so that's what I call a dollop. Then I have dimethicone, and I actually have a big old thing of it, generic. The stuff you'd make cosmetics out of. And I have put that in a little dropper bottle for myself. And I had about, for this much paint, I had like 5 or 6, 10 drops, a lot. Because I like to mix up my paint in large batches, because I like to have my paint ready, only about, since this is big, about 3 or 4 stirs through, and I'm ready to go. Okay, we're ready to start our swipe. So now I'm just gonna like choose colors at random here. These already have the silicone, the dimethicone in them. You notice I'm partial to metallic paints, so I do have that problem. It's an addiction to shiny things. Yes, it is. I like shiny things. I think there was a song when I was growing up in the 80s about shiny things. Okay, so this is a beautiful peacock green that I also got from Sargent, I believe. And then we're gonna do a beautiful Sax purple that I've mixed with a little white and a little metallic too. Like I said, I love my metallics a little too much. So be careful, guys out there, to mix your other colors with them. Oops, I did a little bit of a blurb there, didn't I? In my teal. This is just the normal Sax magenta. Okay. I'm going to pour this right on top of the other and mix some in between so that it will all blend eventually quite nicely, hopefully. Okay. Then I love ultramarine blue. It's hard to say. I am a nurse anesthetist, so I was up all night. So, you know, this is my relaxation for the day. It's so relaxing, putting on some pretty music, having a cup of coffee, and come home to my little art studio in my kitchen while I cook dinner or whatever else it is I'm supposed to be doing. This is my little part of maybe sort of feeling like I'm playing hooky from the rest of the world. So, okay. All right, now for real metal effect. Remember I mixed up that gold in front of you with the Floetrol and the silicone and the dimethicone in it? Well, here it goes. Here goes the gold. Yes, I have gold fever. And to just prove it, I have this beautiful black flash. This is my latest fun thing that I got just the other day. So I'm gonna pour a bunch of that across the top. I do 2 of these at once in the hopes that some of the colors will go together and people will like them and buy them as a set. Yes, I'm unabashedly selling my addiction. Okay, so we're gonna put, actually I should put a little bit more across the top because you don't want any canvas showing there. There you go. And you know, it might seem a little wasteful, but in the end, you're gonna save yourself a lot of time. Okay. You need to have your paper towels ready at hand. Piece of cardboard. Here we go. I've already been swiping with it today, as you can see. Okay, I did a test swipe early on to make sure I was able to replicate this technique for you because it's been a couple weeks since I've done this. And without any pressure, just very gently, you actually swipe with the cardboard on top of your canvas through your black. And I like to say I wiggle it a little bit from side to side because you want it to cover your whole canvas. And then I'm going to swipe up. Oh, you say, look at those beautiful cells at the bottom, but where are your cells at the top? Don't worry, everyone, they're coming. So here we go. We're going to do the same thing on the second canvas, and you notice I have a little bit of a gravity pull going on here. Okay, so we're going to start at the top. Our black flash is up there. No silicone in the black flash. I'm going to wiggle this one back and forth a little bit more because it's easier to cover the sides of my canvas. Otherwise, I eventually have to do it by hand, and oh my. Oh my, my, my. A little bit of cells there, I think. A little bit of cellular going on. And also some pretty cool stuff in the middle, too. So, I must say I didn't really have to clean off my cardboard very much. So I'm going to take this end of this and do both ends of my canvas. You waste enough paint with pouring and also the swiping. It gets you kind of wanting to save as much as you can at the times when you can. So I'm going to just go across the bottom like that. And then, ooh, look at that pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? That would make some beautiful skins, but it's on my cardboard, so I'm going to wipe it off. We're not going to do any skins today. I'll show you that another day. Live to skin another day. Okay. Now the next thing you'll want to do, there's a lot to do, even though you've already swiped. You want to take that torch. I have a nice little benzomatic. Yeah, there we go. And it takes about 3 clicks to light this sucker. And then here we go. We're going to do over the first one first. And of course I'm going to go for the area that has the less cells, which is the upward swipe always. And I like to go a little bit slowly across my canvas because I not only like cells, but I like what I call lacing, which is the smaller cells that are delicate and look so pretty, and which is what I really torch for, because the cells come out in the original pour or swipe. And then we're going to do over here. Yeah, we see a lot of cellular already. Lots of lacing. I kind of don't like what happened in the middle here, but we'll work with it. We will work with it. It will be okay. We'll make it okay. It's gonna be all right. That's what I tell my patients all day and all night. It's gonna be all right. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's just make sure I have torched all I can out of it. I think that's all I can. I'm gonna turn this off. And that's enough torching. And now we're gonna tilt. Now when you tilt, it's a messy business. So you see, my friend Connie, who is a great artist here in our little town of Benicia, California, told me to go to the dollar store and get these little trays because she noticed I was making big messes everywhere, and she was right. So these little turkey roasting trays, I eventually ordered a whole ton of them from Amazon, but you can see I don't mind being messy, so I use them over and over again. The only problem is when you tilt, be very careful of your tilt. And this is the process that can get you into the most trouble the fastest. So if you like your big cells, go ahead and tilt them down to the bottom. Hold your hand to the side so you don't lose anything that you really wanted to keep. Like I love my pink down there, and it's hard for me to keep my pink, I guess because it's such a lightweight color compared to my other colors. So I'm considering that is a good swipe tilt. I like it. I'm going to use my finger to finish it off and the side of my hand to make it a happier pour, tilt, dash, swipe. Okay, and we're going to take a little bit there because I like my sides to look pretty also. Some people don't want to buy a painting that's framed. They want a silver frame. I frame all mine in mostly black just because it's an abstract art form. And I like the black frames that I can get. They all match each other, and it's easier to buy in bulk. So let's just put that out there because you might want to do the same. And you see how I'm trying to get my gold to take over there. There's a lot of silicone in my paint. I like to have that silicone-y look, and there's a lot of dimethicone in here too, which moisturizes my paint, and which is why at this point I haven't had to use any resin. And everybody says, ooh, how do you do that, Abby? Because I have so much moisturizer in my paint that these take 2 weeks to dry, but they dry nice and shiny. Very nice. I like that a lot. Now we're going to work on this one over here, which might need a little more work, so we're going to drip it on down this way. Kind of looks leopardy, doesn't it? Sort of like a leopard kind of look to it. I like that. It's different, and I like the when I swiped up this time, it kept the cells much better. Loving these colors, especially that metallic teal. It's really pretty. I'm gonna pour it this way because I've covered my canvas, and I don't want the focal point to be lost off the edge. I like this little abstract center here, so let's see if I can drift it. We're gonna drift it. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but we're gonna drift it down here. And if that doesn't work, it's working. We're getting a chevron effect on the cells, but I'm happy with that. Then I'll show you what else you can do. We're gonna turn it to the side here. First I'm gonna swipe across my sides with my gloved hand like this. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. There you go. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking my gloved hand and grabbing the paint and putting it back on the canvas so we don't miss any of that gorgeous color that's trying to pour off the edge. I did think I put a little bit too much water in my paint because I hadn't poured for about a week. I had a cold last week. I was worried that my paint was too dry. Put a big dollop of water in there too. Oh, about at least a teaspoon, which is probably a little tad on the heavy side. Then another trick I use is take those gloves off that you used for the edges of the painting, because I've almost ruined a couple of great swipes and great pours by having dirty gloves. Silly me. I'm a nurse anesthetist. I know better than to have dirty gloves. So then what I do, when I have a focal point that's presenting itself to me like this, the presentation is so beautiful. I'm going to take advantage. Now you see what we have is something that looks like I did that on purpose. So this isn't going to match the other ones because I'm going to do something real sneaky here. I'm going to blow in it because I like it. It looks like a flower. There's just a little blossom over there on the side. There's some nice petals. Wow. Look at those beautiful colors hiding underneath all that gorgeousness. Yep, I'm gonna do that. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, and I'm loving it. Yes, I am. I'm loving this. Look at what was underneath there. Isn't that exciting? Okay, how about a little stem? Ooh, how pretty. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Well, do you think I should put a stem here or not? I think I should put another little leaflet over here in the corner. Don't forget when you go through the drive-thru to ask for extra straws. And the ones with the bendies in the middle, they're even better because they're so much easier to blow through. So here's my example of what happens when you put the same colors at the same time in about the same amounts on the same exact canvas, and look, we have two entirely different pieces. So this is the fun stuff for today, and I might make another video, but we'll see. Thanks for watching Abby's Art Pours, and have a great pouring day.